G'day guys, it's Hayden from Haywire Rotorsport here with another update of the SICK RX build. We know that many of you have been waiting patiently for episode 2, so we are about to get stuck into it. We're about 5.5–6 weeks away from Mad Mike Summer Bash, which is December 7th, which is where we look to unveil the car and hopefully show you guys it in its finished, or mostly finished state. Fair bit of work ahead though. Let's go over to the car and we'll have a bit of a walk around from the underside and have a bit of a chat about what we're going to get up to in this episode. So a bit of a walk around from the underside of the old girl. We've got the wheels off and apart at the moment. They're ready to go to Ray over at RKM. Assembled 29th of the 9th, 99. So it'd be good to see those all freshened up again. Does a marvellous job. He's got all of our engine components also at the moment, and he'll be working through those as we speak. 13B dummy block in there. Series 5 gearbox. Trans mount which I've whipped up off camera. Do need to get into the rhythm of documenting all those little pieces as we go, but anywho, shifter housing's not yet shortened, which will we can cover that in another video moving forward, show you our processes and what we do there to make the best of that situation and ensure that you get good shifting. But the car overall is, yeah, as it was and has been for many years. Not too much to really show off under here. So we'll get into setting up these headers and doing the main primary runner into a 2-into-1 collector, and then a 3.5-inch midsection, which then will split off to two 2.5s, and then we'll have two dumpies at the back here. So Simon and the team at Max Fab at Tauriko have hopped on board with this build, although we use them for all of our exhaust materials and intake components for our day-to-day operations here at Haywire anyway. We'll be utilising their 13B 2.5-inch ID exhaust flange, along with all of their 2.5-inch elbows, 3.5-inch elbows for the midsection, stainless bellow, reducer, step V-band flange, and some of their straight tubing. Yeah, so we will get some of these components laid out. I'll drag the TIG over here and we'll get stuck into planning out these primary runners and the overall layout of this header. So we've got the engine side flange bolted up to the dummy block now. As you can see there, 2.5-inch inside diameter would suit you guys that run sleeveless NA engines. We'll make our way over here where we've got a few of the consumables laid out, some of the short radius 90s, and then a couple which I've cut into 45s, which are super handy when making these short style headers. And then also off camera I made a header collector. Didn't want to bore you guys with me making that and cutting these on camera, just something I don't think that needs to be documented. So yeah, Simon and the team at Max Fab, like I mentioned earlier, they have jumped on board with this one and also supply our day-to-day consumables for all of our exhaust systems and intake pipes, etc. through work here. Yeah, and as you can see with some of these bends that we've chopped up, good consistency through the material throughout the radius of the bend, and it's maintained around the thickness of the pipe. That makes for really nice welding and fit up also when you bring your cut edge onto your factory edge of the pipe. You get good fit up, good layout around the whole radius of the tube. No inconsistencies or squash through the centre of the bends, which is something that we've seen with some of the lesser quality or other providers and suppliers of tube. Yeah, so without rambling on too much more, we'll get stuck into a bit of a time lapse of making up the shorty manifold, and then obviously setting up the merge collector, and also then tapering out to our V-band. So we'll get stuck into that now. So now we've got that header pretty much all welded off on the runner side of things. Still need to obviously weld that engine side flange off, but we'll just do one more fit up, make sure that she's got good clearance, and then we'll go about sorting out our merge click. Now we've got that header all complete, welded off and back in the car. Some may call me crazy for going so close to the brake booster and master, but we'll do some shielding, and if anything we might even take the booster off and just put the master cylinder directly against the firewall. But yeah, a little bit off being exactly equal length, but it's not what we're hunting for. We wanted a nice visual looking header, and I think we've achieved just that. So now we'll get stuck into doing essentially the mid section. So that's about it for this one, guys. I appreciate you sitting through that. Yeah, we will get better with all of our time lapse and camera setup moving forward, I'm sure. But for the most part, headers are all complete. Whether we'll have brakes or not is another story. But that's coming down to our 3.5-inch V-band tuning port and our wideband port, all in and fitted, welded off there at the flexi, and then we come back to the split point for the two rear mufflers. Obviously there's a little bit of finishing there. We'll hopefully have the mufflers next week, and then we can wrap this up doing the muffler fitment and probably starting on the tank fitment as well. So we've got a 57 litre aeroflow tank there. Probably not what everyone would use, but it's nice and easy. No mucking around having a fab stuff. We're in a bit of a time crunch, and yeah, our name doesn't have to be on everything. So yeah, we'll get stuck into this hopefully mid to late next week, and we'll have this exhaust system all finished off, and we'll wrap up the fuel system / fuel tank fitting in another video, and then we can get into the cooling system and continue to just press forward. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Like what you see, hit the like button and subscribe. Tell your mates, and yeah, otherwise we'll be seeing you at Mad Bike Summer Bash, December 7th.